They're the images the Islamic regime wants the world to see of Iran after days of a total communications blackout across the country, with anti-government protests now stretching into their third week. Tens of thousands have been shown taking to the streets in support of the Islamic regime in scenes broadcast on Iranian state TV, a show of strength for authorities who've spent days trying to reassert control. It is very different to the images being spread on social media in the last few weeks. Demonstrations which began in response to crippling cost of living pressures but quickly tapped into simmering anger and resentment against the Islamic regime, which has ruled Iran for almost 5 decades. Iranian authorities continue to accuse the United States and Israel of fueling the violence seen on the streets. The country's foreign minister pointing to Donald Trump's pledge to attack Iran if protesters were turned upon by Iranian security forces.
This statement itself is a clear interference in the internal affairs of another country. To say, okay, in demonstrations, if anything happens, I will intervene, military intervention. That's why the demonstrations turned violent and bloody, to give an excuse to the American president to intervene.
That's a position which anti-regime activists would say is simply an attempt by Iran to avoid taking responsibility for this situation. Human rights organisations around the world are trying to use what little information is currently coming out of the country to verify the number of people who have been killed in these protests and also those who have been arrested, as reports start to emerge from Iran that executions for some of those protesters could begin in just a matter of days.
People are being charged with security-related crimes, and these charges carry the death sentence. And so we're always really concerned about detentions, charges. Something that we're watching really closely is also the record-setting, unprecedented number of forced confessions that are airing on state TV. While Donald Trump is weighing his options, Iran's exiled crown prince has a message for the protesters. He is encouraging them to continue their fight, saying Iran's freedom is near and that international help will be coming soon.